Imagine forgetting nothing, not meetings, not promises, not interview quotes, not random conversations that suddenly become important later. And now imagine wearing something like this around your neck that remembers it all. For the last 2 months, I tested an AI pendant called the Neo One. This, through political rallies, meetings, casual conversations, interviews, and honestly, this thing felt less like science fiction and more like a glimpse of the future. Because Neo One doesn't try to replace your smartphone, it does something far simpler. It listens constantly. And then its AI turns those conversations into summaries, reminders, action items, and even searchable memories. And before this sounds completely dystopian, here's the weird part. It actually works. AI wearables previously had a horrible reputation. The Humane AI Pin, disaster. The Rabbit R1, an internet meme. Most AI gadgets promised a futuristic revolution. Most delivered disappointment. But the Neo One feels different because it solves one real problem. Human beings forget things, especially journalists, and during the 2026 Bengali elections, I was drowning in conversations daily. Party workers, voters, sources, drivers, police officers, candidates, everybody had information, and after a point, everything started blending together. That's when Neo One became surprisingly useful. The setup was easy, the app felt polished, and pairing with an iPhone took only a matter of minutes. And after a while, I almost forgot that I was even wearing it, which is probably the scariest part. Because the Neo One doesn't behave like a gadget, it behaves like underground infrastructure, always there, always listening, and throughout my usage, it captured conversations remarkably well. English, Hindi, Bengali, even mixed conversations, which in India is pretty much every conversation. The AI wasn't perfect. Crowded rallies confused it, multiple voices became messy, and sometimes one long conversation got split awkwardly. But overall, the accuracy surprised me, especially speaker detection, and the most useful part, searchability. Suddenly, I could revisit conversations from days ago, check reminders, replay discussions, recover forgotten details. That changes how we traditionally report. Because journalism isn't just about recording interviews, it's about surviving information overload. The Neo One helped reduce that chaos. Not completely, but enough to matter. And unlike other AI products, the Neo One understands something important. People don't want AI magic tricks, they want convenience. And that is exactly why this works, because it doesn't try to replace humans, it quietly assists them. But then comes the uncomfortable question. Privacy, because let's be honest, a hidden AI recorder sounds terrifying, and the Neo One is extremely discreet. You see, under a shirt, if I put this inside, you can barely notice it. At night, a tiny light glows, but during the day, almost invisible. That raises serious questions. What happens when AI recording becomes normal? What happens when technology remembers everything? And honestly, I don't think society has the answers to it yet, because devices like this changes human behavior. Conversations feel different when technology is always listening. Memory itself changes, forgetting disappears, and maybe that's where AI wearables become truly important. Not because they're flashy, but because they're subtle. The future of AI probably won't arrive through giant robots. It'll arrive quietly. Small devices, invisible systems, ambient AI blending into daily life. And after 2 months with the Neo One, I realized something. This isn't the future anymore, it's already happening. The Neo One won't replace your smartphone, it won't replace human memory either. But it will make modern life easier, and unlike most AI gadgets recently, that's enough.